Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is the show where we take articles, research notes, and really distill them down into the important stuff, the key insights just for you. Today, we're looking at the internet, which, just keeps changing, doesn't it? Feels like we blinked, and we went from dial-up to this incredibly complex digital world we're in now. And big topics today are privacy, definitely, and also how our data gets used, monetized even, something everyone's talking about. So for this deep dive, we're focusing on something specific that's trying to shake things up. Santa Browser. We've looked through the source material, its features, its goals, what seems like a really different kind of business model. Our mission today, to really unpack how Santa Browser is trying to, reimagine the internet, especially how it focuses on the user privacy and this interesting idea of rewards for engagement.
Yeah, and just to place it, Santa Browser is pretty new on the scene, founded back in 2021. It's not just another browser option, it's really positioning itself as a direct competitor to ones you probably know, like Brave or DuckDuckGo, maybe even Mozilla. But it's offering something quite different, a distinct value proposition.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When Santa Browser talks about reimagining the internet, what's the core philosophy there? What are they trying to achieve fundamentally?
Well, at its heart, it really seems to be about putting the user first, user centricity, privacy, and crucially, rewarding engagement. And what's fascinating here is how they integrate Web3. Now, for a user, what does that actually mean? It means things like having your crypto wallet, an HD wallet, built right in, so no need for extra extensions to manage your digital assets, which, simplifies things a lot. And then there are dApps decentralized applications. Santa Browser wants to make using them feel as easy as just, clicking a link on a regular website. That could really lower the barrier for people who are curious about Web3 but find it a bit daunting. They're sort of aiming to be the easy button for that whole decentralized space.
That is a big deal. Making something that feels complex and maybe intimidating, making it more accessible like that. But, alongside accessibility, user empowerment today really hangs on privacy. So what specific advanced privacy tools are built into Santa Browser? Some mentions of a fingerprint randomizer and ad blockers too.
Right, privacy is definitely a cornerstone for them. They make a pretty bold claim. They state explicitly they do not share user data with third parties, period. And here's a key part. If you opt into their reward system, any data they collect, which they say is anonymized interaction data, isn't sent off somewhere else. It stays right there, securely stored on your own device.
On my device.
Exactly. So the idea is you are firmly in control. And that fingerprint randomizer you mentioned, it's not just a gimmick. It's designed to constantly tweak little bits of data about your browser setup. This makes it much, much harder for websites to build that unique digital fingerprint they use to track you across different sites. It's meant to be a proactive defense, working alongside the standard ad and tracker blockers they also include.
Okay, keeping data on the device, masking your identity.
Yeah.
That sounds really good, at least in principle. But how do they actually guarantee that data stays anonymous and secure? Especially with software updates or potential vulnerabilities down the line, what assurance do users really have?
That's a fair question. The architecture itself, keeping data local, inherently minimizes certain risks, like big server-side breaches. Beyond that, their commitment seems to lie in transparency, regular updates, being open about their security protocols. It's about building privacy in from the start, so the data isn't physically located where a third party could easily grab it.
Right, architecturally different. Okay, so while strong privacy and easier Web3 access are definitely appealing, I think the part that really caught my eye in the sources was this unique rewards idea, the browse to earn model. Here's where it gets really interesting, I think. How does that system actually work? Like, how do you earn rewards? And what are these rewards exactly?
Yeah, this is probably their most distinctive feature. It kind of flips the script on how we normally interact online. You can earn points, but also actual crypto tokens, specifically USDT. That's a stable coin pegged to the US dollar, so it's less volatile than something like Bitcoin, making it a more practical reward for many people.
Okay, USDT. And how do you earn it? Just browsing?
Well, you earn through a few things. Engaging with ads is one, but also through their integrated search function and even getting discounts while shopping. Now, the elephant in the room, ads. Does Santa Browser have ads? Yes, particularly the version you'd find on the Google Play Store. But, and this is a big but, their approach is totally different. It's not the usual push model where ads are just thrown at you. They use what they call a pull model. You are absolutely not forced to see ads. Instead, you can choose to opt into Santa Rewards. If you do that, you can then voluntarily engage with specific incentivized ads, and you get compensated directly for doing so, for your attention.
So you choose to see the ad and you get paid for it.
Pretty much. And this pull idea goes beyond just ads. You can also earn by using their search feature or by finding special shopping deals through the browser. It's all designed to give value back to you for your engagement, not just take your data.
That feels like a fundamental shift, treating users like partners, not just, eyeballs to sell. It changes that underlying agreement we seem to have with most online platforms. But are there downsides? Could this just encourage people to click on things superficially just to get the reward without really engaging? Or maybe people just get tired of constantly thinking about rewards. Reward fatigue, maybe?
Those are definitely valid points to consider. The theory, I suppose, is that because the engagement is voluntary and compensated, users might actually be more attentive. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the goal isn't just about earning a tiny bit of crypto here and there. It's potentially about renegotiating the entire relationship between users and the internet. It suggests your attention isn't just a commodity to be harvested, but a valuable asset that you control, that you can monetize. If this catches on, it could really push the whole industry to rethink how value is created and shared online. It might shift user expectations from just consuming passively to, well, actively participating and getting compensated for it.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Standard Browser seems to be offering this integrated package. Web3 tools made easy, strong privacy features, putting you in control, and this quite revolutionary reward system. The whole idea seems to be putting you back in the center of your online experience, giving you more agency, more control, in a digital world that, let's be honest, has often treated your data like it was free for the taking. So just to recap our deep dive on Standard Browser, we've seen this clear push towards Web3 integration, making it simpler for everyone. We looked at their privacy tools. That fingerprint randomizer is pretty neat, really focused on protecting your identity. And maybe the biggest thing, we unpacked their browse to earn model, a system where you can actually earn from your online activities rather than just being the product. It's a lot to think about, isn't it? A browser trying to be a partner.
Absolutely. And maybe this leaves you with a question to chew on. As the internet keeps evolving, what kind of impact could these user-centric models like Santa Browser's Browse to Earn really have? How might it change the value we all place on our own data, on our own attention? And could it reshape our expectations for how we interact with the digital world and maybe even how we expect to be compensated by it in the future?